On average, you'll have to wait 31 days to see an OBGYN. And if you're dealing with an infection or outbreak, you know you need care fast. That's where WISP comes in. Connect with a U.S. licensed provider online and pick up safe, effective treatment at your local pharmacy that same day. Plus, get birth control and more delivered in all 50 states. Take control with comprehensive sexual and reproductive care, all from your phone. WISP. That's hellowisp.com. The waiting room can wait.
I had to decide one day if I was going to save him or the paddle. And I went after him, of course. Got him back on. I did go back for my husband.
Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I'm your host, Joanne Crow, joined here by the brilliant Bree Tucker.
Why? Hello, Renee. How are you? I'm joined by the joyful Joanne. I need to do that back.
That was the only thing that I could think of during those middle school introductions was joyful Joanne. You know, where you had to match an adjective that started with the first letter of your name and then introduce yourself that way to everybody else. Joyful, jubilant. Those were the only words.
I don't remember that very often.
No, you didn't have those.
No.
Maybe they just scarred in my memory because there's not many adjectives that start with J. And I'm like, come on.
I was going to say, there's a lot that go on with B. So yeah.
There's a lot, but something about joy is that we're talking about joy today in the podcast. And it's so interesting because I feel like fun is just one of those other things I have to do.
Like it's another thing to add to the to-do list.
Yeah, it's
the
like your to-do list is like, go grocery shopping, make meals for the family, have fun. You're like, what the heck am I supposed to do here?
Yeah, sometimes it does feel like trying to figure out something that you can enjoy doing that is yours and that you're not making it in a way that it accommodates your kids or your hubby or your spouse. That can be a challenge.
It can be a challenge. And it's like really triggering for me too. My sister-in-law is living her best life right now, and she is doing improv and she's doing singing improv, and she's like posting stories on Instagram about how you have to make time for fun. And like, I just get in those moods where I'm like, I don't even know. For fun. Like all of these creative activities that look like they have so many skills attached to them. I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I can say, I know one of my big joyful times I haven't made time for in the last year.
What is it? Concerts or water?
It's water.
Water.
I think we went out on the water twice last year, all summer long. And that was
not
just,
many.
It's sad. Yeah, I used to go every weekend.
Yep. So in this episode, we are going to talk about how to find those pockets of joy, how to find your fun again. And we have a little gift for you at the end. If you're one of those people who are like me, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I find fun. We have a huge list of activities that you could choose from. And we'll tell you about that at the end of the episode. So for right now, let's get on with the show.
You want mom life to be easier. That's our goal too. Our mission is to raise more self-sufficient and independent kids, and we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to help you delegate and step back. Each episode will tackle strategies for positive discipline, making our kids more responsible and making our lives better in the process. Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast.
Okay, Bree, let's talk about this joy thing. And notice I'm like, let's talk about this joy thing. Because in our society right now, we do prioritize productivity over pleasure.
Oh my gosh, yes. I just saw a post on Instagram yesterday where they were talking about the Danish lifestyle and how oh no, you sent it to me. You sent it to me. It was from our good friend,
Mary Catherine. I
Yes.
sent it with the comment. Mary Catherine, if you're listening, Mom Life comments. I was like, Mary Catherine is killing it.
I know. And I was like, I want to go live out there.
The Danish lifestyle where they have everyone get off work at 4 p.m. so that parents' work schedules align with their kids' school schedules, where they actually encourage everyone to leave the office. They're like, it's 4 and everyone's here at their desk. Everyone out.
Yep.
That is definitely not American culture right there.
No. I remember the last job I had before I came and joined you at the most blissful place I've ever been, No Guilt Mom. I had a job at a charter school district office, and there were times when the weeks I didn't have my kids, I would stay late trying to compensate for the fact that I had to leave on time when I
Yeah.
had my kids. And I remember the CEO would come by a lot and would be like, "Oh, Bree, you're still here?" And like you could tell he was like acting like I should go home, but he was really, it felt more like
Please.
proud of me for staying late and
Yeah.
getting stuff done. And yeah, it was definitely like a badge of honor there. The people that stayed late, came in on weekends and worked hard were, I'm saying worked hard, but we all worked hard. But those ones that put in the extra hours were always the ones that got the employee of the month, employee of the year. And it was just, yeah,
It's messed up.
it
It
is
is
messed up.
messed up. When you see like the comparisons of the two countries really like in your face like that and how much we don't prioritize joy here in the US and also like how stressed we are, how overworked we are, how like we are not very good on a mental health basis, depression and anxiety, which then that depression and anxiety gets put off as our fault when it's not our fault. It is part of the air we breathe. It could be hard to listen to something like this or for me to see on my sister-in-law's account this joy
Right.
and really embrace it.
Even if you know what you want to do, it can feel like you're bitter. You're a little bitter and just feeling harsh that other people are able to find this and why can't you? So
Yeah, or like the thinking that goes through my head is I'm like, "Oh, you know what? They're really putting in the work to find that joy and I'm not putting in the work to find the joy." I mean, how messed up is that? That I think I have to put in work to find joy.
right? Exactly. Like that is what we are seeing everywhere. And honestly, it's that two-faced thing because like I said at my work, you get told that, oh, you shouldn't do too much. You know, you should find the time for you and everything. Oh, but a good mom goes to that banquet this weekend and goes to the PTA meeting and
Yeah.
volunteers as the classroom mom, right?
And gives all of her time away and is unselfish and is helpful and never needs anything herself.
Uh-huh.
I feel like that we're pushing back a lot against that ideology. We're finally having discussions like that as a broader society, but we want to take it even further. So I want to give a shout out to all our Lolas out there. Hello, Lolas.
Oh, and what's her Lolas?
Lolas are something that they're our balance members. We have long embraced this in our balance membership. And just recently, I posted in our balance group, I'm like, hey guys, like, I feel weird calling you balance moms. Like, it's just like you feel so much more than that. And one of our dear members, Marie Chris, came up with the name Lola. And it stands for Lotus Lady because the lotus flower is a big symbol in our balance program. Lotuses, like you think they're just floating there on top of the water, always been there, always beautiful, but really they started below the surface of the pond in the dirt and they worked their way up so hard through all of the junk and the misery, and then they emerged as this beautiful flower. And that is how you listening right now, I want you to see yourself. You are a Lola. You are here. You are working your way through all of the crap and the junk, and you're going to emerge a beautiful flower through it all. There's still hope for you, and that's where you're going to be.
And Bree's ADHD brain could not stop thinking about this. So it's screaming at me right now to play this for you guys. So here you go.
If it's Barry Manilow.
No. L-O, L-O-A-L-O.
I haven't heard that song.
Oh, you don't know this one?
No, who is that?
This is Lola. Well, this is a cover by the Raincoats, but I mean, I don't think that they're the original. I'm pretty sure
Because of course I hear
Kinks.
Lola and I think Barry Manilow. Her name was Lola.
Okay, well, that's another good one. Okay, but wait, and that's the first one I got with, but this time the other Lola was stuck in my head. Do you remember William Shatner? He did like a speaking song record.
I do remember. I don't remember anything on it,
And one of them was Lola. He's like,
but we'll have to find that.
yeah, I'll find it for you later.
We'll have
And I'll
to find
post.
it. But as a Lola,
Hello,
we're going to embrace this joy.
Lola.
We are going to go for this joy with everything we can. We call it unicorn time, taken from Eve Rodsky and her unicorn space that she popularized in Fair Play and also her other book, Finding Your Unicorn Space. And we're going to go and find this joy because in today's episode, we're going to talk about the 3 myths blocking your joy and how to overcome them. And we're going to get into that right after this.
Did you know that when your metabolism is working properly, you feel all the benefits of literally everything that's going on? And when it's not working, you not only feel it, you feel it in your bones. And I have found something that is actually helpful on me getting back on track with things. It is Lumen. Lumen is the world's first handheld metabolic coach. It is this amazing little device that you just breathe into, and it helps tell you what your metabolism is going on. It gives you information about burning fats and carbs and guidance.
I think it's cool because it also gives you a personalized nutrition plan, which like after my workouts, I've been breathing into my Lumen and I so second guess if I'm like, am I really hungry? Am I not hungry? What do I need right now? But my Lumen tells me exactly like if I'm burning carbs or if I'm burning fat and if my glycogen stores are low. So like that's an indication that I need to eat right then.
It has been immensely helpful on that. It kept telling me when I first started that my cycle was off and I would get so frustrated. I'm like, why is my cycle off? And then it gave me advice. It's like, hey, stop eating after 8. And it really did help me get on to where I was having better sleep and I was having less cravings late at night. And I am so excited for all the ways that I can see it helping me with my perimenopause symptoms.
The warmer months are coming, so spring back into your health and fitness. Go to lumen.me/guilt to get 15% off your Lumen. That is lumen.me/guilt for 15% off your purchase. Thank you, Lumen, for sponsoring this episode.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Make another smart choice with Auto Quote Explorer to compare rates from multiple car insurance companies all at once. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Building a portfolio with Fidelity Basket Portfolios is kind of like making a sandwich. It's as simple as picking your stocks and ETFs, sort of like your meats and other toppings, and managing it as one big, juicy investment. Now that's pretty good. Learn more at fidelity.com/baskets. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
So in our balance program, all of our Lolas find their unicorn time. And unicorn time is this place that is outside your kids, that is just your fun and you're happy, where you get to go and you get to learn and you get to challenge yourself. Unicorn time isn't watching Netflix or scrolling on your phone
Or taking a bubble bath.
or taking a bubble bath. Unicorn time is something that you really delve into that makes you a more interesting person. So for example, my unicorn time right now is Pilates. Now, this is so different than like other workouts I've done, because other workouts I've done just to get strong. Pilates, I am into everything. I just love the back and forth on the reformer. I am working my way up to be on the next level in Pilates. Like I'm in a 1.5 class and I want to really move into a 2, but they don't let you be in a 2. You have to pass a test. Because that's where you stand on the reformer. So they have to know you have enough experience and you're not going to fall and seriously injure yourself.
Well, that's an important thing to have figured out. Yes, I like that. I like the way they do that.
Yeah, so that is like my unicorn time right now. What is yours, Bree?
Well, okay. Right now, I would say my unicorn time is, oh God, like I don't think I've been doing unicorn time for myself lately. So I'm going to say that I have been missing my past unicorn time, which is going out on the water, either kayaking or paddleboarding. My husband has me really into the paddleboarding rather than the kayaking right now, simply because it is easier to carry. I can carry a stand-up paddleboard by myself down to the water way easier than I could my kayak. So I
Kayaks
really
are a
am
little-
loving that.
Little bulky. Little bulky.
They are a little
A
bulky,
little hard
but
to
I
get out of the
like
water too.
but I like the fact that I can like take a kayak down like the Salt River and like I can hit little rapids and I don't worry about tipping and losing everything. But in a stand-up paddleboard, I sit and I pray as I go through the little like stuff. Okay, explain this to me, guys. Explain this logic. We go paddleboarding, stand-up paddleboarding together on lakes and on rivers. He prefers the lakes. I prefer the rivers because I get a little bored with the lake. It's all my work. It's all me moving me along in a lake. And the river, the current carries you.
Yeah, I totally agree with your assessment of both water spaces.
Right? But my man, this man can do a headstand on
I've
a
seen him.
moving
Yes.
paddleboard, right? And yet, every time we go on the river, he crashes and loses his shit in the water. Like every time. I don't let the man carry the car keys anymore. He doesn't know that. I love you, honey, if you're listening. I do love you endlessly, but
Has he
I
lost
want to
the
be
car
able to
keys?
get back in the car. Well, I mean, you put the car keys in a water bag, right? But the problem is every time he's crashed, things go down the river. And like he's lost his glasses, he's lost
Mhm.
other things. Like I had to like decide one day if I was going to save him or the paddle. And I went after him, of course.
Okay,
Got
I
him
was like,
back
which one did you decide?
I did go
This
back
could
for
have-
my husband.
Which could have huge implications for your marriage.
I know, right? I would never live that one down, nor would I want to. But luckily, somebody else further down the river saw what happened and they grabbed our paddle for us. Because can you
Yeah.
imagine trying to get down the river and not having any way to steer?
Yeah, that'd be
So
awful.
anyway, it is unicorn time. But you made a good point about how yours is Pilates right now because like things can change. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, it could change. It
Yeah.
just depends where you are. Like we started this podcast as our unicorn time.
Yes.
I mean, we get to talk with interesting people and it's still something I very, very much enjoy. However, with a lot of my hobbies, I have made them work. That's my problem. I'm like, but what better thing to do to take something you like and then make that your career and your passion and everything like that.
As long as
But
it
it has its
stays.
downside.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to stay. And you know what? Another thing, too, I'm just going to throw this out there. Sorry. I do not love saying that unicorn time is something that makes you more interesting.
Mm.
I only say that because screw you if you don't like my paddleboarding. I love it. I think it's fun. That's where I think I get hung up. And I wonder if any of our listeners feel that way, too, on that word.
That's an interesting way to look at it because I haven't
Mhm.
looked at it that way before. I've
Yeah.
more looked at it in a way that, for instance, in this conversation we're having right now, we haven't once mentioned our children.
Yeah.
It hasn't been about them. It's been about us and something outside of them. And I feel that a lot of moms and women get caught into this trap where they only talk about their children. And it's like what Bobby's doing today or what like Mary Sue is involved in and what they're doing instead of like what the actual human woman is doing with her life.
Right.
So when I say like make yourself more interesting, it's making yourself a person outside of your kids.
Yes. I love that. I love that. I do think that the interesting is a good point. And maybe it's from my past relationship of that had a lot of emotional abuse going on. Like, I feel like sometimes that statement is telling me I have to live up to somebody else's standards.
There's
Right.
also the whole thing like you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah. And we're not, right? You and I have both been told before that we can be too much and we don't mind.
Oh my God. Guys, the amount of stuff that comes through. I just said, I haven't told you about this yet, Brie. You're going to get mad about this.
Ooh. Who I have to fight.
There was a survey that I sent out to our list and it was about our balance program. Just asking people like, hey, like, I noticed that you're not a Lola yet. Here are some questions. Like, just tell me what you think. And this individual, which if there was email addresses attached, I would have gone and just deleted her. This is how mad I was. She was like, yeah, I don't listen to the podcast because it's too childish. I don't like the tone. And I'm like, oh, thank you for taking time out of your day to totally insult us at our work. Thank you.
Ow.
So
Ow.
just to know, I know. So just to know, that's okay.
Yeah.
You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And having
Yeah.
that said to me, of course I was mad, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hang out with that woman anyways. I don't want
Well, and she probably wouldn't want to hang out with us. I mean, she
No.
just said she doesn't. So there you go.
And
So there you
every
go.
person who decides to knock you like that, They have something going on in their own lives. It's not about you. It's about them. I would never, ever say that to another individual unless I felt crappy about myself and I wanted to hurt them.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just know that. So Brie, if someone disses your water love, it's not you.
Okay. I love that.
So let's talk about this unicorn time and what may be preventing you right now from exploring your joy and taking that time for the joy. Because myth number one is I don't have time for joy, which I think when I see my sister-in-law's post, this is what I'm telling myself right here, Brie. I don't have time for it.
Yes, I think that is something that we all feel is true. And yes, we are here to validate you that we understand that you have that feeling. We do. We understand it, and that's hard, and it sucks. But you don't have to have a ton of time to find something that's interesting to you. You don't have to go paddleboarding for 4 hours on a river.
You can go and see what kind of lights you up instead. I think the main fallacy that we have when we say we don't have time for joy is that we are thinking of joy as a work activity.
True. Yeah. It's another thing to check off on the list, right?
Another thing to check off on the list. Something that I try to do when I say I don't have time for joy is I'm like, I need to get out of whatever current space I'm in right now. So for example, I work from home. I'm here a lot. If I am in my home, I will probably want to work. So I need to get outside of my home and do something else and be surrounded by different people. Like just last week, we went to a happy hour with friends, and I haven't been out with friends for the longest time because nobody has freaking time for it. And it's one of the most joy-inducing activities ever.
You had to tell everybody what you had to do?
Oh, I dragged Bree to that one. I was like, I will be there at your house at this time. Get in the car.
I gave her every reason why I couldn't go. I'm like, well, we're going to be getting a puppy that weekend or like 2 days after that. So I'm going to be busy getting the house prepped. And Joanne's like, the puppy's not there yet. And I'm like, okay. But then Miguel, we had this pop up and Miguel might need me to help him with that. And he's going to need the cart. Then I'll come and pick you up. What time does Miguel need you possibly? Okay, I'll have you home by then. I was like, God damn it. She's going to make me go do this.
But what happened? Like, what was the result?
It was a ton of fun. I can tell everybody on air right now, I've been struggling this year. It's been a hard year for me mental health wise. And so I had been avoiding going out and doing things with people. So, and it was good that I had you to drag me. It is good.
And pro tip, by the way, that I've learned, we were all like, yeah, we should do this again. I stopped everyone from leaving. And I'm everybody get out your phones right now. We're going to schedule this.
Right. And it's good that we did that because there was still conversation about how we could find the time to do it. And like, I could see if that had been a text thread where someone was like, well, I can do this weekend. Well, I can't do that weekend. We've been in those text
threads before.
It would have died. It would have died because people would have been like, after you have to suggest 2 different days and times on a text thread, I feel like people see it as work anymore after that. And it's like, nope, forget it. It just ain't happening. It's not in the stars.
Yeah, that's actually how we think of it. And it's so important. The joy is so important. So if you feel like you don't have the time, schedule that sucker. I know it feels even more like work, but like this is something that's going to light you up inside and bring you so much joy and connection with other people. Like I got to introduce you to my old friend Chelsea, who like I'm like just rediscovering my friendship with her, and I've missed her so damn much. Like
I know. And she was really cool. I was like, we need to exchange phone numbers. We have a lot to chat about, girlfriend.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
She's amazing. So that's the first one. I don't have time for joy.
Yes.
The second one.
So we're going to tell you guys the next 2 myths right after this.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's Best Warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
This episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Chevrolet Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Chevrolet.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only, highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
Okay, guys. Now, we went over myth number 1, I don't have time for joy. And we've explained to you that it can be found because it doesn't have to be a huge thing, okay? So we'll just start there. Like, let go of that thought process that you have to take on hours of time to do something that brings you joy. Now, myth number 2, and this is a big one. Oh my God, we hear this all the time in our community. Well, my needs, AKA joy, should come after everybody else's needs. Because it's selfish if I do what I want.
And a lot of time people don't even know they're thinking this. They don't even know. They just think they automatically schedule other people's priorities over their own. And they don't even know this is the thought process.
Oh, I am so guilty of this a lot lately. Like when I'm not, again, when I'm in that thought process where I am not full, again, I'm struggling with feeling like sad and anxious and stuff. Yeah, it's much easier just to kind of hide and pull back. And like you said, sometimes you don't even notice it. Like I hadn't even realized how long it had been since I'd gone out until you like had said like, Brie, come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's really common. I was just on a Zoom call with one of our No Guilt Mom community members yesterday, and she described herself. She's a helper. She likes to help everybody else. She likes to make sure everybody else's needs were met. And she knows that she should do more self-care, but she doesn't. And I think that is a situation that a lot of women find themselves in. You want to please everyone else. You want to help them. You want to help your kids. You hear that whole saying, we only get so much time with our kids at home. But I think that saying gets so misused. We don't need that said to us as moms. We have enough mom guilt as it is. I want you to, like, when you hear that saying, just be like, oh, as a Lola, I know that my own needs are important for me to thrive.
Yeah.
And I need to make myself a priority.
And if you aren't sure if that describes you, or if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but it still sounds selfish, let me ask you this. Can you think of a time right now, close your eyes, and I want you to reflect to a time recently where you had an interaction with somebody you love and care about. Could be a best friend, could be your kid, could be your spouse, whomever. And you had a interaction where you either lashed out at them or you said something in a way, and it just makes you leave going like, ugh, I don't like how that went down. And you know that part of the reason it went down that way was something else was happening that day that had nothing to do with that person. You just lashed out at them. Maybe you had a headache. Maybe you didn't sleep well the night before. Maybe you've been fighting a stomach bug. Maybe you're feeling anxious or depressed about something. But the point being is your cup was empty. The nausea, the headache, the tiredness, all that stuff, like it has taken away from your emotional fuel. And so you ended up having that bad interaction because of the fact that you had nothing left to give, right?
Yeah.
You got to fill your cup of joy, people. And it's not just coffee. I would love for it to be as simple as putting an iced coffee in my hands. It helps. Iced coffee does help with the joy.
And I want to give a little like addendum to this because this also came up, and I'll call this woman Elle. I don't want to release her name. She has a very distinctive name, beautiful name. But Elle also knows. She's like, I hear all the time, I can't pour from an empty cup. I know I should be doing all of these things, but I just don't do them. And to me, I say, you need some support and community in your life. You need
Yeah, you need
You
people
need
that
a bee who's going to call you and be at your door and get you out of that damn house. Because it's true. Like,
everybody
if we
needs a
don't have,
Joanne. Everybody needs a Joanne.
I accept my bossy nature and that I want things done my way and I know what's best for everybody and I will come and show up at your door. I will come.
We work out so well because not only are we friends in real life, but we also have the birth order thing in our favor. Joanne is a firstborn and I am a baby. I am the third in my family, third and last, and I need that person that directs me.
Well, it's funny because I see this in my sister too. Like, she's the baby and she'll be like, yeah, like she was planning bowling plans for us. Yeah. What do you guys think? Like, where do you want to go? Like, what do you want to do? What time is good for you? And I'm like, you have the 5-year-old and 1-year-old is all about what's easiest for you. Please choose what's easiest for you. And like, she needed to hear that to be able to make the decision to go with it.
Yeah.
Because it happens. But like, if you don't have someone who's like me, who's like the bossy one, hi, I'm bossy. I will totally take that now. I will own that.
It's
love
a beautiful bejeweled crown.
I love it. I am the boss. But if you don't have that, join us in like the best Lola community there is, Balance, because we all keep each other accountable in there.
Yeah.
That's how our women actually do the stuff. Like, they all know you can't pull from an empty cup. Like, we're not teaching anything new there.
Yeah.
But we do get them to do it.
We do. So you've got to put that oxygen mask on and full of laughing gas for you first. No, I'm joking. Not the laughing gas, but
Laughing
you got to put.
Laughing gas would be great.
I know,
actually.
right? Can you imagine how hilarious you would be? No.
That would be hilarious.
It takes me back to like back in the day when they used to do that at the dentist all the time. But anyway, myth number 3. Let's move into myth number 3. What is this?
I should be productive all the time.
Yeah, that one is you.
It's not, that one is me. Yeah, if I am not getting something done, or if it does not have a bigger achievement goal, I have a really hard time. With it.
I have like a shoot off of that. Mine is that I am not worthy. Like, so like my myth is that I'm telling myself that I'm not worthy of the time.
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough to make other people proud of me.
Oh.
Right? You see how that's similar, though, to the I have to be productive, because the productiveness you think also is like what's defining the self-worth, right?
Yes. It's the achievement.
Yeah. And we're here to tell you that, like, nope, people love you even if you accomplish nothing.
I want to dig into that a little bit because I think there are reasons that we feel that way. I started a journal practice called Rage on the Page, which I'm naming it Rage on the Page because it's what I do. But it really helps me get all of my feelings out to figure out why I think the way I do and maybe what events that have happened in my past make me feel that way I do. And I know when I was growing up, achievement was how I got recognition and love. Like, if I did something and I got all A's or like I did a good job on a project, that's when people would be like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. That's incredible. You didn't just get to be amazing just because you're amazing in yourself. You had to prove it to everybody around you. And I think that's where that came from, at least for me. Do you find that in your life at all, Brie?
Yes. I feel like I always had to earn my place by being the person that made everybody happy at school, at work, and my family. Like, nobody ever said that to me. That's just a message and a thought that I got that, like, I have to earn people's happiness with me.
Love,
Does that make
affection.
sense? Yeah, I had to earn it. Yeah.
Your connection, your belonging.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's crazy about that. Like, I don't know why so many of us have that. But
it messes you up for sure. And like, as soon as you start realizing that, you're like, I don't want my kids to grow up thinking that they have to do that. So last night, my daughter was just there. And one of the things I've realized is like, I just want my parents to say they're proud of me without like saying that they didn't do anything good themselves, that they're proud of just me doing things. Like, even talking about it makes me tearful. But anyway, so my 6-year-old daughter's in the kitchen and I'm like, I just want to let you know that I am so proud of you. I see everything you do. I see like the kind of person you are and how much you care. And I just love you and I'm proud of you. And my daughter's like, okay. And my husband is like right next to her. And he's like, here, this is a hug from mom to saying because I'm on the other side of the counter when I'm saying this. My daughter's like, why are you guys being weird? And we're like, we just want to tell you we're proud of you. We love you and you're so amazing. And she's like, okay. And she just links away.
Trying to give love to a teen is like trying to hug a mountain lion. Like they're like, what the hell are you doing? And then you either get the completely confused face or you get the teeth. I'm like, back up.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I can't
crazy.
blame her because I haven't told her these things before. I mean, if I was in her situation, I'd be like, are you dying? Are you
But
trying to like
wait.
butter me up before I give you bad news?
Why do you not do that?
I just don't think of it. I don't think of it.
I don't
It wasn't in
know.
my conscious awareness before that this was an issue for me.
Okay. From the friend perspective, I hear you say lots of positive things about your kids. And I can tell you that I think every single day positive things about my teens, my 18 and 16-year-old. However, do I tell it to them all the time? No, because I get met with a lot of those, what the hell's the matter with you face, or an eye roll, or a K. And I don't know about you, but when I'm being vulnerable and I'm telling my kids something that I feel is extremely important and deep, and I get that kind of a response, it makes me not want to do it again.
Oh, yeah. No, I get that too. I've
So
had
that's
those
another-
situations before. And
Yeah,
I
so
tell,
that's why. They get
I
it on
tell
their
my daughter.
birthdays.
Yeah. I tell my daughter that when that happens. This is going so far off subject. Guys, thank you. You're amazing. If you like Brie and I going off subject, let us know. But
It's happened like 3 times in this episode.
I feel
so
like
far.
this is an important discussion because I do let this whole like idea, the myth, I have to be productive all the time. And then when you like tell people that, you know, they're good just for being who they are, and you get met with this very fierce reaction, it only perpetuates the myth that only like things that are seen as productive or things that are seen as achievement are worth mentioning. And so I tell my daughter this. I'm like, hey, I was trying to, you know, tell you that you're more of a person than your achievements. And that's what I was doing last night. And like, I felt hurt, and she'll take that in and then she'll think about it and then she'll realize, oh, okay, that's, you know, so it's good to share that as well. I mean, like I do, and I see some good benefits from it come up later, not right away, later.
Well, because we're trying to break that cycle that we had. So, okay,
it's a
so
really
now
hard thing though.
I know, right? So we've talked about the myths.
Mm-hmm.
How about we talk about the strategies that people can do to integrate joy into their life?
So Brie, funny you mentioned, but I have a little YouTube video that goes into all of the strategies that people can use for each myth. So we can post that link right below so that you can go and check it out on our YouTube channel. It's called Joy Thieves.
Yep. I was going to say, which our YouTube channel, No Guilt Mom. If you didn't know, we have one. We've got some pretty awesome crap on there.
Yes.
I said
So you
crap,
can
but
go over
whatever.
there and find out how you could really counter those myths and what you can do instead. And we have another little gift for you that I said at the beginning. If you're having a hard time finding joy in your life, just comment, DM, go find No Guilt Mom on Instagram and DM the word joy. And then the little automation bot takes over, and we have a list for you of all these different activities that you could start trying, and just skim through it, see what works for you, see what you're willing to try, and then like start integrating that joy more into your life, finding those things.
And yes, Pilates and stand-up paddleboarding will be on the list because those are 2 of our favorites, but you'll find your own joy.
Absolutely. So until next time, remember, the best mom is a happy mom. Take care of you, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
If you'd like to support the show further, you can share episodes with your loved ones, leave a positive review, or follow us on social media at No Guilt Mom. You could also show your love by visiting our amazing podcast sponsors. We have a link in the show notes.